Hello everyone, welcome back to Kelsie Brown Fitness. Today we have a really fun workout for you, all using a foam roller and a couple of weights. And this is more of a bar Pilates fusion class, so we're gonna do a little bit, kind of tying some elements of both bar and Pilates, having some fun and creative elements there with that foam roller. For the foam roller, I recommend at least a 24-inch foam roller or larger. If you've got something a little bit shorter, you can make do, but if you wanna have a chair nearby for when we'll do a couple movements where we kind of prop ourselves onto that foam roller on the side, so have something, maybe some kind of wall or something nearby so you can help balance for that. And then you're also going to want to have 2 weights. And I don't say 2 sets, just 2 weights, 1 5 or moderate weight, 1 lighter weight, and then we're going to stack them at one point, both in one hand, and then we'll drop and use each individual weight at separate times as well. Also make sure you've got your water, and this is a full body workout today, so you're going to want to come warm because we're going to jump right into the work here. I'm going to link my warm up right here in the corner, my 10-minute bar warm up. Head there first and then come back and we'll get started. Once you go ahead and grab your foam roller to start, we are going to do a lot of hinging today with that foam roller, and this is a great tool for learning that proper hinge form so we can protect our back and keep that work isolated in our glutes and hamstrings where we want it. So I'm going to have you place your hands hip width apart, shoulder width apart, palms in on that foam roller. Find a little bend in those knees, pinch those shoulder blades together, and then we're going to just roll that foam roller down toward the knees. 4 counts, here we go. We take it down, 2, 3, 4, slow lift, 2, 3, 4. As we do this, we're just focusing on keeping that flat back. I just want you to feel what that feels like to keep that flat back throughout on that way forward. Speed it up, 2 counts. Down, 2, lift, 2. So notice my knees are slightly bent throughout and I'm shifting that chest down to the floor while I shift my weight back into my heels by seating those hips back. Speed this up here, we're gonna take it down and lift. Down, lift, hinge, lift. Little bend in the knees, squeezing the glutes at the top. Here's 4, keeping that core strong. Here's 3, 2, hold it low on 1. Now we're gonna drop the seat down to the heels. Down, 2, lift, 2. Little drop of that seat and lift. So this is more of a squat, tying more into the top of the thighs. You feel that burning on the top there. Last one like that. Go ahead and pull those hips back up and draw that chest back up to neutral. You're gonna grab that foam roller. Now that we've got that hinge figured out, when we hinge today, I want you to maintain that flat back, that proud chest, that braced core, so we can put that work exactly where we want it. You're gonna grab your light weight. Set that heavy weight off to the side. Light weight in one hand. You can always take the weight out of the equation here. And you're gonna prop yourself onto your left side with that foam roller, and you're gonna walk just a little bit of a distance away. You notice that I have to crouch a little bit. We are gonna keep a bend in that standing leg, which is a great reminder to keep a bend in that standing leg, since you do need to squat down a little to put your hand, prop your hand onto that foam roller. You're gonna extend that outer leg, bring that outer arm up overhead. Keep that core strong, chin stays lifted. We're gonna pull the elbow to the knee, 2 counts. Here we go. In, 2, out, 2. Crunch it in, extend it out. Exhale on the pull, inhale on the release. Good job. We're gonna speed this up after this one here. Here we go. We pull it in, extend, Here's 4, 3, 2. Hold it in on 1, crunch it tempo right there, elbow to knee, little side crunch, crunch, yes. Keeping that knee lifted tall, toe pointed to the floor for 8, 6, 4. Hold it there on 1, palm in, extend that leg out with the arm, 2 counts for 2. In for 2, extend, 2, bend, 2. Nice job. That standing leg is feeling that work as well as you maintain that slight bend in that knee. Nice job. We're gonna speed it up after this one right here. Here we go. Extend, bend, bicep curls here. Tapping the shoulder with that hand for 4, 3, 2. Hold it out on 1 little lift right here. Lift, lift. Yes, keep that core strong right here. Palm to the ceiling. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're gonna wrap and step behind, down, 2, extend, out, 2, down, 2, extend for 2. So finding a little curtsy behind the back squat, little lunge there, and then extending both the arm and the leg out straight. Keep it going. Feeling that in that standing leg. Nice job. Last one like that, here we go. Down, 2, hold it out right here. We're gonna bring that arm up overhead and we're gonna step that foot back to that little lunge. Bring that chest up, we're gonna take it. Down, 2, lift, 2. So you've got this little curtsy squat here, keeping that arm strong overhead, firing up that shoulder. While the arm is right up by the ear, you're gonna keep that shoulder low as you do this. We don't wanna be shrugging through the traps. Keep that core strong, take that little arch out of that lower back. 2 more slow. You got this. All right, speed this up, here we go. Down, lift, down, lift, you've got this. Here's 4, 3, 2, hold it low on 1, come up to that front tippy toe pulse to finish. Pulse, pulse, nice job. Highest heels, lowest seat, keep that arm straight overhead, core strong. 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, release, great job. Drop that weight for a moment. Sip of water if you need it. I know I do. Very compound movement there. We're gonna do some more isolated work, some more concentrated work on that shoulder, that back, that arm, that tricep. Wanted to get that warmed up. We're also gonna do a little bit more concentrated work on the glute, the seat, the thigh. So fun little warm up there, get the blood pumping in those areas. And we're gonna proceed here. You're gonna grab that light weight in that right hand, and you've got your foam roller in your left hand. That left foot is stepped back, right foot is in front. Soften the bend in that front knee, so you've got a flat back, strong core. You're gonna start with that arm in front of you overhead, float that back toe, point. You're gonna pull the elbow to the knee, 2 counts right here. Here we go. In, 2, out, 2. Crunch it in, extend it out. You have a little bend in that standing leg, firing up that glute on that right side. Here's 3. Here's 2. Here's 1 right here. Little combo, here we go. We pull it in, out, little lower, squeeze, lift. In, out, lower, squeeze, lift. Both the leg and the arm lifting here. Finding a strong squeeze and pause at the top of that movement. 2 more like that. Last one right here. Hold it out here. We're gonna lift to finish. Squeeze, lift, you got this. Straight as highest arm, keep that back flat. Back leg is lifted tall. 4, 8, 6, here's 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, drop that back toe, grab both hands, both weights in that one hand. Keep that position, you're gonna hinge forward slightly, keep the back flat, chest is proud. We're gonna row it up 2 counts, here we go. Back, release, pull, and down. So you're pulling those weights to that hip bone on that right side. Exhale on that pull, bracing with that core. Inhale on your release. Using that foam roller as a support here to help you maintain a neutral spine in that hinged position. Couple more slow. 2. Last one slow, then we're gonna speed this up. Here it is. Pull, extend, pull, extend. Here's 4, 3, 2. Hold it back on 1 pull tempo right here at the top. Pull, pull. Here's 4, 3, back down on 1. We're gonna bring it out to the side. 2, so it's a fly. I'll show you from the front. Fly for 2, down for 2. A lot of bonus core here. You feel that core fire up as you bring that slight bend in the elbow, that straight arm lifted out to the side. Keep it going. Out, 2, down, 2. I'd like you to try to keep both weights in hand for this stimulus so that we get that strong pull, because this is a short set, but if you need to, you can always drop one or both weights here. Speed it up right here. Here we go. Row down. Find a little pause at the top of the row. I don't want you to swing through this. Pause at the top. Here's 4, 3, 2. Hold it up on 1, 8 pulses right here. You got this for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Woo, here's 1. Hold it down. Keep the weights in hand. We're going to slide the elbow back. We're going to extend the arm straight 2 counts, firing up that tricep. Here we go. Back, 2, in, 2. Extend, and bend. Nice job. Two more like that. Last one slow, and we're gonna speed that up. Here we go. And that's extend, bend, extend, bend. Here's 4, 3, 2. Hold the extend on 1. We're just gonna lower that straight arm down, lift, pause at the top. Always pausing at the top of that movement to make sure that we're using a controlled contraction rather than momentum to get through our range of motion. We only want that range of motion to be as great as we can control. Here's 4, 3, 2. Hold it back on 1. You're gonna lift that straight arm to finish right here. For 8, 7, you've got this. 6, 5. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Okay, keep both weights in hand. We're gonna stay right there. We're gonna extend that back to 1 point. We're gonna drop the weights to the floor, hinging forward and lifting 2 counts. Down, 2, lift, 2. Hinge, and lift. So firing up that glute there on that right side. Challenging that grip as we continue to hang on to both weights. If you did drop one of those weights during that arm work, go ahead and pick it back up here for this part. That glute is strong. We want to challenge it. Speed it up here. Here we go. Hinge, lift. Hinge, lift. Here's 4, 3, 2. Hold it down on 1. Little teeter and lift. Here we go. Lift, down. Little lift, little down. Teeters here, really feeling that fire in the glute. Here's 4, 3, 2. Hold it down on 1. You're gonna lift that back leg to finish right here. You got this. Lift, lift. Finish strong right here. Sinking into that standing leg, keeping that back flat. For 8, 7, 6, 5. Finish it. 4, 3, 2. Drop the weights on 1. Okay, you're gonna grab that foam roller now, and you're gonna place it right behind you. Let me get it into position here. Whoop. You're gonna place it behind you on that left toe. So we're still working that right side leg. This time we are lifted. So taking the work out of our posterior side, I know you're also feeling that on that left side oblique as well. We're gonna take that work now and put it into the top of the thigh. Although a lunge is inherently a glute and hamstring exercise, we are also gonna put that into the top of this thigh with this chest lifted position. So keep that chest proud. Bring those hands go ahead and bring those hands to the hips. Keep that foam roller on the top of the toe. We're gonna roll it back 2 counts. Here we go. Back, 2, lift, 2. If for this part it feels like balance is a little bit of an issue, you can grab a wall. Do this against a wall, maybe a railing, maybe a chair, something to where you feel like you can maintain control of this movement. Keep it going. All the way down, all the way lift. Keeping that chest tall at the back, driving through the heel, squeezing the top of the thigh and the glute to lift that leg. A little combo here. Here we go. We take it back, roll it in, press it back, and lift. Down, roll, extend, lift. Woo! 4 more like that. Here's 4. Here's 3. Here's 2. Last one like that. You're gonna hold this down. Here we go, we're just gonna roll it in and back. Roll it in, press it back. Really burning up here. You are almost done, finish up. 4 more, here's 4. Here's 3. 2. Hold it back on 1 pulse to finish right here. You got this. Deepest. Pulse, pulse. 4, 6, 5. Finish it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh my goodness. Whew. Okay. Grab the foam roller. It's time for a sip of water. I don't know if you can tell, I am fighting a little bit of a head cold. Sorry if my sniffling is getting to you. The great thing about doing a video online or your workout online is that you can take those necessary breaks to pause that video, catch your breath, and approach each set with a fresh effort. So if you're feeling really fatigued right now, go ahead and press that pause button, grab a sip of water, shake it out, and try to approach this next set with nearly the freshness you did the first side so we can get an even stimulus on each side. You're gonna grab your foam roller this time. We're gonna place that foam roller now on that right side of our body. So we're gonna do all this work just mirrored on that other side to even things out. Soften the bend and that stand in both legs and extend that outer leg, that left leg. Bring that left arm up overhead. Keep that core strong. We're gonna pull the elbow to knee. 2 counts to start. Here we go. We pull it in, 2, extend, 2. Crunch it in with the core. Extend through the corner of the seat and that shoulder. We're gonna speed this up here. Here we go. Pull, extend, pull, extend. Here's 4, 3, 2. You're gonna hold it in on 1, crunch it right there. Here we go. Pull, pull. Nice time to check that form. That knee is lifted tall, toe down toward the floor, keeping it bent in that standing leg, keeping that core strong, chin tall. 4, 8, 6, 4, 3. Hold the curl on 1 palm to your face. You're gonna extend it out. 2, in, 2. Extend, and bend. Keeping that elbow right where it's at, just enjoying some bicep curls here. Nice job. We're gonna speed this up here. Here we go. Extend, bend, extend, bend. Nice job. Here's 4, 3, 2. You're gonna hold it out on 1 little lift up right here. Squeeze, lift, squeeze, lift. You got this. Just with that leg. Here's 4, 3, 2. Hold the lift on 1. We're gonna wrap the arm and the leg back behind. Down, 2, out for 2. Really getting into that curtsy squat there. Crossing that back leg far behind you as you tap that weight toward the floor. Keep it going. Here's 3. Here's 2. Last one right here. Hold it out, lift to finish. You got this. 8 times. 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, bring that arm up overhead, cross that leg behind. So you've got that nice curtsy position. Keep that core strong. We're gonna take it down to, up to. Here we go. Down, 2, lift, 2. Keeping that arm strong by the ear, but shoulder is low. Nice job. Speed this up right here. Here we go. Down, lift, down, lift. Full body control here. Here's 4, 3, 2. Hold it low on 1. Pulse it right there. Pulse, pulse. If you'd like to come up to that tippy toe on that front leg, finish strong with that calf raise. Last 8 right here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, hang on 2, and 1, release. Good job. Keep that light weight in hand, and you're gonna square your hips to that roller. You're gonna go ahead and place that roller in that right hand. You've got the weight in the left hand still, and you're gonna take a step back with that right foot. Left foot is in front, so we're doing all that glute work this time on that left side. You're gonna extend that left arm up overhead, pull the core in nice and strong, extend and lift that back toe. We're gonna pull the knee to the elbow, 2 counts. In, 2, extend, 2. So opposite elbow, opposite knee, pulling that elbow in across the body, crunching in with the core, squeezing that leg back with the base of the seat. Exhale on the pull, inhale on the extend. 2 more like that. Keep breathing through it. A little combo right here, here we go. Pull it in, out, lower, tap, lift. Pull it in, extend it out, lower tap, squeeze, lift. Here's 4. Here's 3. Here's 2. The last one right here, you're gonna hold that extend lift of both. Lift tempo right here to finish. Little lift, lift. Make sure you've got a bend in that standing leg throughout. Trying to keep that stability through that glute. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, release on 1. Okay, we're gonna plant that foot and you're gonna go ahead and grab both weights in one hand. Keep that same position so that left leg still in front. Soften and bend in both knees. Keep the back flat. We're gonna start with rows, pulling the elbow up behind the back, 2 counts. Up, 2, extend for 2. Pull, extend, pausing at the top. So you're bringing those weights up to the hip, stopping it there, extending it back. Heavily supporting yourself with that hand on the roller or a chair. Here's 2. Here's 1. Speed this up right here. Here we go. Pull, extend. Pull, pause, extend. Squeezing with that space right behind the shoulder blade. The last one here, you're gonna hold it up at this point. Pull tempo. Pull, pull. Here's 4, 3, 2, release on 1. You're gonna pull that arm out to the side, out, 2, down, 2. I'll show you from the front. Slow, pull it out to the side, and down. Feeling that core fire up when you lift that arm out to the side. Woo, right there. Try to pause at the top of that movement. I know that's heavy. We're gonna speed this up here. Here we go. We pull it out, down. Pull, pause, release. Finding a total stop at the top of that movement. Here's 4. Here's 3. Here's 2. Hold out on 1. You've got 8 pulses at the top. Here you go. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Finish it. 2. And 1, release. Stay in that position. We're gonna pull the elbow back, extend the arm back, 2, bend, 2. Pulling some triceps into the equation here. Hang on to it, keep that chest proud, take that work out of the back. Speed it up, extend, bend, extend, bend. This is requiring some stability through those muscles in the back, but don't confuse that with back pain. So if it's starting to hurt in your spine, you can simply find a double leg stance, pinch your back together. That might help relieve some of that pain. 6, 5, here's 4, 3, 2, hold the extend on 1. You're gonna lower lift with that straight arm. Down, squeeze, lift. Down, squeeze, lift. Again, pausing at the top. You are almost done here. Here's 4, 3, 2, Hold the lift on one lift tempo. You got this. Squeeze, lift, squeeze, lift. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Release, keep the weights. We're gonna hinge forward, tap the floor, lift, 2. Hinge, tap, lift, 2. Nice job. A little deeper work through that glute on that left side. This is a lot of bonus core, and your core does include your back. It wraps all the way around. All of those muscles that support your spine are a part of your core, an essential part of your core that we want to also be able to control. Here's 2. Here's 1. We're gonna speed this up here. Here we go. That's lift, down, lift, down. Here's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it low on 1. Pulse it right there to finish. Little teeter. Pulse, pulse. You've got this. Finish it. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the weights. Great job. Okay. You're gonna grab that foam roller, place it behind you. Still working that left leg, so you're gonna place that right toe back on the roller. Roll it back so you've got a nice, so you're kind of seated back into that roller and the toe is on top, so you have enough room to roll back without pulling that roller too much forward. Parallel stance, chest stays proud and lifted, hands to the hips. Take it down, 2, lift, 2, down, and lift. Nice job. Again, if you need a support, maybe a wall or a rail or something here to help you maintain your balance, go ahead and grab that. Doing a little more work here into the top of the thigh, firing through the heel, pressing up with the glute and the quad to drive. Speed it up here. Down, pull it in, back, lift, little combo. Down, pull, extend, lift. Four more like that, you got this. Here's 4. Here's 3. Here's 2. Here's 1. You're gonna hold it back after this one here. You're just gonna roll it in and back. Roll it in and back. You have 1 more change after this. Finish it. Here's 4, 3, 2, hold it back on 1, all the way back, just pulse it, pulse, pulse. Find your deepest lunge right here, really putting that weight into that roller, driving through that heel with the quad. 4, 8, 7, 6, you've got this. 5, finish it. Here's 4, 3, 2 more pulses. Here's 2 and 1. Nice job. Oh my goodness. Thigh is on fire. Okay. I know if I'm feeling it, I know you're feeling it too. Grab a sip of water. Shaky, shaky legs. All right, we're gonna make our way down to the floor to finish with our foam roller. You're gonna lose those weights. We're gonna finish with a plank set. And you can modify this by simply taking the roller out of the equation and stepping through these positions as we do them. All right, so we're gonna pull that foam roller in right on the shins, and we're gonna come to our hands on the floor. Hands are shoulder width apart. Go ahead and keep that foam roller about halfway in the shins so that we can get a full range of motion here. We're gonna pull the knees in, 2, back, 2, in, and back. Using the core to pull those knees into the chest. Keeping a nice hollow body form like someone's holding a flame under the belly button. 3, 2. All right, you're gonna continue that, but we're gonna drive the hips up, down, hips lift and down. You're keeping a little bend in those knees, just drawing those knees in toward the chest, but driving the hips to the ceiling. Here's 4, here's 3, here's 2. Here's one, hold it down right here. All right, we're gonna pull the knees in. We're just gonna tap and lift. Down, lift, tap, lift. A lot of deep core work here. Imagine you are lifting with the pelvic floor each time you lift those knees. That happens on the exhale. Inhale, exhale. Seven, 6, 5. Here's 4, 3, 2. Hold the lift on 1. You're gonna press the knees out and you come down to the forearms. Just like that, you're gonna drive the hips up slightly. Lift, 2, forward, 2, little forearm plank to finish here. Tiny little lift of the hips. Not a huge exaggerated lift, just a little one. Up, 2, down, 2, 3 more. Here's 3. Here's 2. Hold it at the top on 1. Hang out right there, isometric hold to finish for 8, 7. Hang on to it. Here's 6, 5. Pressing through the upper back and shoulders. 4, 3. Finish it. 2. 2 more holds. Here's 2 and 1. Pull the knees into the chest. Press the chest down to the floor. Walk the hands in front. Whew. Oh my goodness, I am feeling that. Go ahead and roll yourself up. I want you to grab that roller and roll it to the front of you. And then you're gonna place it up just like this. So you've got it nice and tall. Clasp the hands and press them down into the roller. Knees slightly wider than the hips, toes together. Press the chest down through the shoulders. Getting a nice stretch there through the upper back and shoulders, the chest, your core. One more big inhale, little press. Exhale a little deeper. Even rock forward and back just slightly, keeping control of that roller. And when you're ready, go ahead and roll your hips up. And you're gonna keep that roller where it's at. You're gonna step that right foot in front, right next to that roller, and then press the hips forward. You can rest your chest or your forearms right on top of that roller there. Getting a nice stretch, nice runner stretch through the hamstring, the glute, the hips. And then go ahead and press it back. Go ahead and flex that foot, and then draw the chest toward the thigh. Go ahead and come to center. You're gonna prop yourself up into the center there. Grab that roller and just roll it down to the floor. Feet are slightly wider than that roller. Just let your head and neck hang heavy right here. Nice job. You're gonna take that to the other side. So I'm placing that right hand on the roller, left foot is in front. Stop right there and enjoy that runner stretch, pressing the hips forward. Enjoying that stretch through the hamstring, the glute, the hip. And then go ahead and take it back. Flex that foot, and then lean forward, keeping the chest square to the thigh, melting down into that stretch. And then find a neutral spine. Go ahead and float yourself up. You're gonna place that roller vertically on the mat, and then you're gonna roll back onto it, tailbone right beneath the roller. So I want you to find that roller right on the center of your back. You're gonna let your arms fall wide, palms up. Feet are slightly wider than the hips so you can maintain control, and you can rock side to side. Feel that nice massage on your back. We really worked that core all the way from front to back today. So we're gonna need some good massaging there. Also releases the corners of the chest as you let those arms fall toward the floor with gravity. Each exhale pulls you a little bit deeper into that stretch. Nice job. Place the hands behind the head, elbows wide. Continue that stretch right there. Feels nice. All right, last one here. We're gonna turn that roller so it's not so vertical, so it's now perpendicular to your back. And you're just gonna pull the knees into the chest, pulling the knees toward the shoulder. Enjoy that little prop and that little tension on that lower back. Go ahead and reach into the insoles of the feet, grab your heels, and then you can extend and bend through the legs, whatever feels good there. Nice job. Pull those knees into the chest. You can even alternate extending one leg out, pulling that tug, giving a nice tug with that inside leg. That little deficit there pulls that other leg down a little bit further, gets you a little deeper stretch here. I love that. One more big inhale, and then go ahead and switch sides. Little tug. Here's 4, 3, 2, pull the knee in on 1. Go ahead and roll that roller out from underneath you. One more tug at the knees in the chest, and then roll yourself up to a seated position. All right, if you did this workout with a foam roller, I know you've got access to one, and so use that for your advantage. If you're sore anywhere, place that foam roller down, roll over that point of tension, and pause in that point of tension for at least 20 seconds in a static position, and then rolling slightly front to back, wherever that muscle is, over that tender muscle, to accelerate your healing, accelerate that progress and that rebuilding of those muscles to create change. That's what we're going for. When we bring those muscles up to that point of failure, we are looking to change our bodies. We are forcing our muscles to adapt to that demand. And I know that's why you are here today. So hope that you feel great. Come back for more. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. The button is right here. Tell your friends and family. Thanks again so much for joining me today. See you next time.